So it is so close to Thanksgiving, and it is time to make that famous stuffing. I already have my sausage all fried up. We're going to use some stale hot dog buns to cut up, some French baguettes. We're going to add some fresh onion, fresh garlic, mushrooms, salt, pepper, chicken broth, parsley, a little bit more garlic, a little bit more onion, and some sage down here. So we're going to get this all cut up. We're going to fry up our onion, garlic, and mushrooms in the sausage, and we'll get to baking. So we're going to chop this up into bread cubes. This is going to be used for our stuffing. It slides right nice through. It makes it really nice. I would say this knife is well worth the purchase. It's very durable. And voila, look at that. It's all chopped up into nice cubes. It looks like a lot, but once you add the broth and the butter and you start mixing it down, it's going to like squish up and it won't be as much. But you got a whole roasting pan full of bread cubes. So we're going to take a little bit of this back out and put in our bowl, because that way we can mix this and it'll shrink down in, and then we can add more of the bread back in. But I need to give myself some room to mix, because I make a mess as it is. I don't need to make it a mess on purpose. But just look at that. That's like nice. So we're going to chop up our mushrooms and put them in here. And we're going to add our sausage into this. We're going to add our onions, and we're going to add our garlic. I'm going to put our garlic down in here, and we're going to try it. I haven't tried this before, so I don't know if this is going to work, but I have high hopes. So let's just put some of it in here. And I'm working backwards, but just going to push it down in. She said don't push real hard, yeah. Just a little bit of pressure, she said, yes. That's just working just good for what we need, because we just want it all. Oh, that's working really good. I know, but this has a lot, so we're just going to really get it in here. I'm just really going to get it in here. Good, this garlic in here. Nice. Like I said, it's solidly sticking to the table, which is very nice. All right, so we got it all. I'm going to unlock it here so you can see there's a lot in there that we're going to be able to dump right out. And there's some left up in the top here that we're going to be able to dump out. But that minced and chopped that up really well. So that's a lot of garlic, and that was really quick. All right, so our sausage is all cooked. Our bread is in here. We're going to go ahead and just scoop our sausage right into here so that we can put a stick of butter in this pan, melt it down, and just kind of saute the onions, the mushrooms, and the garlic a little bit. So we'll just put that in there and get to sauteing. We're just going to use our sausage pan. It's okay if it has a little bit of sausage in it, because we're going to put it in our stuffing. We're just going to melt this butter. We have one full container of mushrooms, all nice and chopped up here. And we have about 2.5 cloves of garlic that we're going to use. And then we're going to add in some onion as well. So our butter's all melted. We got our mushrooms down in there with our garlic. We got a half of a thing of onion here, all nice and finely chopped up. We're just going to saute this a little bit. It's going to actually cook in the stuffing. Most people put celery in their stuffing. Scott and I don't like celery.
It's gross.
It's just gross. It is gross. So we're
Sorry for all you people that like celery. It's gross.
Yeah, it's supposed to be good for you, but we just put extra garlic in replacement of the celery.
Nothing to do with whether it's good for you or not. It tastes gross.
So we're just gonna let this simmer just a little bit, let it cool a little bit, and then we're gonna add it to our bread and our sausage, and then we're gonna add our seasonings, a little bit of chicken broth, and we're gonna mix it all up and just let it sit overnight so the flavors can mix and mingle. All right. Our onions and mushrooms and garlic are all sauteed in the butter, and they've cooled down now. We're gonna go ahead and add them. Check that out. Oh, yum. So we're going to add that right on in here. This gives it a really good flavoring. And the butter keeps it nice and moist. And you can take and, I mean, for years and years and years, people put their stuffing right down inside their turkey. Then all of a sudden they said, oh, don't do that. You can put it inside your turkey, but this stuffing tastes really good and it's very moist that you don't actually need to put it down in your turkey. So we're going to take and sprinkle a good thing of pepper over the top. A couple teaspoons of salt. Even though we have fresh garlic, we're still going to add some garlic powder. Just cover the top of that real good. Same with the onion. We're going to add some granulated onion, even though we have fresh in there. Add a little bit of sage. A little bit of sage goes a long way. Too much sage, I don't know. I think it's overpowering, but you still need sage in here. So I'm just going to put some sage in there. Put a good dose of parsley because you want that pretty green in it. So we'll put that parsley right on in there. And we don't like celery, but add just a little bit of this in there. Just a smidge. And then we have our chicken broth. So we're just going to make this nice and moist. So we're going to sprinkle probably a quarter of the container in here. Like I said, this will shrink down and then we can add our extra bread back here. And my hands are good and clean. I just washed them. But I think that's the best way to get this all mixed nice. And by your hands, you can tell, you know, like if it's moist enough or not. That's one of those words people like, moist. Ugh. It's a word. It's moist. And then you can also tell, like, if you need more seasoning of one kind or another, just by the smell. You can definitely tell that this is going to need some more broth. But your broth, like, goes down to the bottom. So just keep stirring it around and smushing it. You're not going to keep it in that nice cubed form. And look at that. I told you it would shrink down. So everything that was in here and here is now in here, and it's not even a whole way full. And this is a 7-quart bowl. So we're going to put a lid on this and put it in the fridge and let it sit overnight. Tomorrow we're going to get out some muffin pans and we're going to make some stuffing balls right inside our muffin pans, and then the rest we're just going to put in a crock. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. The recipe's below.